Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, Greg Gorley, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, and Ben and Noel Bruning, B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has a Main Street Railroad station, with the EP Ripley pulling in a passenger train back from a Grand Circle tour of Disneyland. Below is the floral Mickey Mouse, and you can see guests looking at some of the attraction posters along the fence. On the back it reads, "Guests entering the Magic Kingdom are greeted by a floral Mickey Mouse, and the Santa Fe and Disneyland Depot, where a scaled-down model of a passenger train of another era puffs out of the station to take them on a scenic tour of Disneyland." It's postmarked September 16, 1965, with an Anaheim cancel, and a 4-cent Lincoln postage stamp, Scott number 1036. I assume they visited the park on Wednesday, September 15, 1965, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The weather was a high of 86 and a low of 58. Park attendance that day was 6,858. It's addressed to Claude Butler of Greentown, Indiana. It reads, "We are at Disneyland, taking in everything, all having fun, had a nice trip coming, and hope to have a nice trip home. Glenn said hello, and thanks for taking us to Dallas. Be seeing you, O.B." Preparing for an international trip later this year, I needed to update my passport, and while looking through my curio cabinet, I found a passport titled Disneyland Passport Guide, March through May 2005. Let's take a look at the fun ephemera from the 50th anniversary celebration of Disneyland. The passport booklet is passport size with a blue cover and gold writing. There's an image of Sleeping Beauty Castle in shades of blue. The bottom right-hand corner of the booklet is the number 50, and trailing out of the castle is gold pixie dust, leading to the back cover, which has more pixie dust following a gold silhouette of Tinkerbell with a wand. The back cover also reads, "Exclusively for annual pass holders, not valid for admission." Most of the pages on the inside have a faint blue watermark look, with the 50th anniversary castle logo to look like an authentic passport. Inside the front cover has Tinkerbell blowing pixie dust over the Walt Disney quote, "Disneyland will always be building and growing and adding new things, new ways of having fun, of learning things, and sharing the many adventures which may be experienced here in the company of family and friends." The next page has the iconic photo of Walt walking by himself through the gates of Sleeping Beauty Castle into Fantasyland before the park opening one day. There's also an introduction to this passport mentioning that this will be a guide for offers and highlights for the upcoming celebration. There are 4 pages focused on the new offerings at the park with their opening dates, starting with Buzz Lightyear, opening March 17th, the Parade Block Party Bash, opening May 4th, the Parade of Dreams, opening on May 5th, and the redecorated 50th anniversary version of Sleeping Beauty Castle. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to EnfieldPost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and EnfieldPost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has Sleeping Beauty Castle. You can see guests entering the gate into Fantasyland, and on the right is 2 of Snow White's 7 dwarfs. If you look closely, you can see 2 horses pulling a horse-drawn cart. On the back it reads, Sleeping Beauty Castle, Disneyland. Sleeping Beauty Castle welcomes guests to the wonderful land of fantasy and imagination, a land where dreams can actually come true for the young in heart. It's postmarked May 18, 1967, with a Lindsay cancel and a 4-cent black and white Lincoln postage stamp, Scott number 1282. I assume they visit the park on Wednesday, May 17, 1967, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The weather was a high of 92 and a low of 60. It's addressed to Mr. Earl Tickle of Columbia, Pennsylvania. It reads, Hello, Tickle. We are having a good time up our way. Hoping you are having the same. We did not have any trouble so far. Be back soon. From Bob. The rest of the book is dedicated to looking at what the annual pass holders and guests can do in the months leading up to the start of the 50th celebration. It starts with advertising merchandise like the Mickey Mouse and Stitch plush toys wearing graduation caps and gowns, the Buzz Lightyear magic straw, collectible pins, and the golden Mickey ears. Also, there were promotions for dining experiences like Character Breakfast, the Alice in Wonderland Easter Basket Buffet, and Naples in downtown Disney. Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure were scheduled to be closed on May 4th to prepare for the grand opening of the anniversary celebration. It mentions in the passport that you can win a ticket as an annual pass holder. It describes the way to enter the drawing for a select 2,500 pass holders. These pass holders would be chosen to preview the parades and other offerings. There's also a tearaway sheet to turn in at World of Disney, the Emporium, or Greetings from California to claim a free 50th anniversary annual pass holder exclusive mousepad. The very end of the passport had the annual pass holder discounts for the resort, including the various discounts at different shops and restaurants in downtown Disney. A few of my favorites, which are no longer available in downtown Disney, include Compass Books and Cafe, 10% off, and Hoi Polloi, 10% off merchandise Monday through Thursday. The final 2 pages have the 3-month calendar showing the blackout dates for the various levels of annual passes. Looking at the entire passport, there are 2 things mentioned twice. There are 2 mini advertisements for Disney gift cards, and 2 pages in a row, it mentions the annual pass holder discount for 2-day park hopper tickets, suggesting to bring friends to the park. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming postcard has red and white flowers on a blue background. It's postmarked July 10th, 2026, with the San Bernardino Council and a Bernardo de Galvez, governor of Spanish Louisiana who aided patriots and drove the British from West Florida forever postage stamp, Scott number 6068I. It reads, We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Thomas Jefferson. Thank you so much for the postcard, Mojave Correspondents Club. I was recently sent an article from the Today Show from Angela that talked about pen pal and snail mail clubs and their resurgence. Currently I'm in 2, one being Mojave Correspondents Club and the second being the Going To Guides Gazette, both of which I get monthly. It is awesome to have a little something special in the mail every month. I've thought about doing one myself. Let me know if it's something that would be neat to add to this podcast. In the meantime, I'll enjoy getting my monthly mail as well as postcards from Postcrossing and friends. The 50th anniversary passport I used on today's episode was my actual passport that I got when I was an annual pass holder back in 2005. I never got the mousepad, but the form was filled out, ready to go, and I have forgotten about the email address that I used to use. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.